What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic night so far. We are back with another second episode, the Brandon Meriweather Show. Brandon, it's a pleasure to have you back on, man. I'm glad to kick it with a great Miami Hurricane like yourself for another week.
What's up, pimpin'? What's up, man? Y'all all right?
Chilling, man, chilling. So how was the weekend, man? Did you see any Miami Hurricanes football against Central Connecticut State?
Yeah, I seen a little bit. I seen like the first half, and then I felt like they were playing a high school, so it was like, what am I watching this for?
Right, absolutely. So I went to the game myself. There was a lightning delay at halftime, and my ride was like, "Yo, we got to
Yeah,
go. We're
I
up by
seen.
50. There's no point of staying." So I took off. So I didn't really get to watch the second half, but I want to pick your brain. I know it's Central Connecticut State, Brandon, but did you see anything out of the young quarterbacks that caught your attention?
Yeah, actually, I did. When you play a game like that, like what you look for, you don't necessarily look for the score because you expect them to beat them like that. Like you expect them to like completely destroy them. Like they didn't have to practice and they would have beat them. Like they could have literally just drew plays in the dirt and beat them. Like it would have they literally could have did that. But what you look for is the execution in the small things, like communication. Like it shouldn't have been no errors, no busts, no
Right.
no missed handoffs, no nothing. It should have been like practice. Like it should have been like a Friday practice in shells, with nothing on but a helmet. That's what it should have been. It should have been like everything perfect. And
Gotcha.
yes, and from the young quarterbacks, I seen a lot. Like for one, I seen that they're not afraid to throw it. Like they will put it anywhere. And like the pass, the great catch by Zero, the rookie, what's his name?
Lamelo
Mello.
Brinson.
Yeah, the catch from Mello, like that pass should have never been thrown. Like he just trusts Melo to make a play. And that's what you want out of every quarterback. Like you
Gotcha.
want a quarterback as a receiver, you want a quarterback that'll trust you not to get the ball picked and like give you a chance. And I seen them throwing the ball deep on crosses. I'm like, yo, like this look like if we could have did some of this against Alabama, then the score would have been a lot different.
Why do you think the offense opens up? I felt like when N'Kosi Perry was quarterback against Oklahoma State, the design was a lot different. De'Ara King, I feel like it's a different offense. Now we're seeing with Tyler Van Dyke, Jake Garcia, like you said, the offense is opening up a little bit more. Why do you think that is? Is it because of the different kind of profile you're seeing at quarterback? Maybe De'Ara King can't see over the line of scrimmage. It's tough to throw middle of the field.
You remember last week when we did this, and I said you're gonna see a lot of different play calls, like
Right.
stuff we haven't seen. Like you're gonna see that, and that's because he let his nuts hang. He finally said, "You know what? It is what it is. Fuck it. We finna throw everything. Like we finna try everything. Like you finally let your nuts hang." And he did that because he knew, like, regardless of the outcome, that they was gonna win. So when you play an opponent that you know you're gonna beat, then you try shit. Like you
Gotcha.
try stupid shit. And if it works, you be like, oh, I look like a great coach. But if it don't, you'd be like, oh, we just tried it. Like that's why you do it. And another thing is, yeah, I think a lot of times our coaches get so caught up in the athleticism of DK to where we kind of like throw a play out there and be like, all right, if anything go wrong, he gonna make something happen because he's athletic. And with the young two quarterbacks, they're more like, let me actually call a play that'll make something happen, and they could just see it and throw it. See, that's the difference. Like them two guys ain't as athletic as DK. Like DK, you could call a play. If it break down, he could get out of it and he could make something happen.
Right.
Now, Jake looked like he got a little bit of that, but he ain't DK. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. He's got a knee brace. I mean, Central Connecticut State basically caught up to him when he was going to cross the 5 yard line. Nah, I mean King's your mobile quarterback. I thought Perry was actually the most athletic out of the group. He's no longer with the program, but it's going to be a different profile we're going to see at the quarterback position. Brandon, I don't know if you saw the spring game and you saw the Central Connecticut State game. Who, if you had to pick one quarterback moving forward, who would it be?
Uh Honestly, I couldn't pick. Like from what I seen in that first half, I think both of them look like they deserve. Like you really couldn't tell because they was playing. Uh you really couldn't tell because they was playing such a trash team. Like this week, you're gonna be able to tell because when they play
Yeah.
Virginia, like Virginia gonna get them some type of adversity, and you're gonna see who gonna be able to drop their nuts and actually play, and who gonna fade in the background. Like that's what's gonna happen.
Now, Brandon, I don't know if you've kind of looked up this Virginia Cavaliers team, but their
I know they've been
quarterback,
trash too.
yeah, they have been trashed, but offensively they actually average over 570 total yards. Their quarterback put up 500 passing yards against UNC, 400 against Wake Forest. The kid is scrappy. I like him a lot. For an NFL safety like yourself, one of the best to ever play at Miami, does that change kind of the defense and the secondary when you have a dual threat quarterback?
No,
Okay.
you know it's crazy. The fact that the quarterback is throwing that much, that lets you know that their running game is not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your running game ain't that good if your quarterback throwing that much. So that actually plays into Manny Diaz system. Like he wants somebody who gonna sit back there and throw it and not run it. Like people don't beat us with the pass too often. You know the
Absolutely.
problem is he gonna. Hey man, listen. I can't talk if people gonna be chiming in, making me laugh like this, man. Come on, man. Come on, Alex. What are you doing? But no, man. No. What I'm saying is, like, it's funny because like if he throwing the ball like that, that's gonna fit into the system. So I'm 100% expecting us to win this game. Like especially since their defense haven't stopped nobody in 2 years.
So Alex with the $5 donation, you know, asking Brandon if he's got any more eligibility left. I think Brandon's done his time at Miami. He's done his time in the NFL. Speaking of the secondary, what are your thoughts about James Williams? I mean, he's 6'5", 225 pounds. I mean, what do you think? I haven't seen a kind of a profile like that in such a long
What?
time.
That's number zero, right?
Yeah, he's a freshman, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. He came from Miami Northwestern, right?
He went to
Oh no, he came from up
Western
here. He from
Western
up
High
here.
School to American Heritage Plantation. Then I think flip flopped. Yeah.
I love him. I love him, man. Put the man on the field. You know what I mean? His play played for itself. Now, I can say this. You got Ed Reed down there. I've seen a lot of plays in that first half that should have been made that wasn't. Like Ed would have had them making them plays. So
Right.
either Manny need to listen to Ed, or Manny need to let Ed do what he wants.
How involved do you think Ed Reed is with the Miami Hurricanes football program? Because I
Not
feel
involved at
like
all.
not that often.
No, they don't. They don't listen to Ed. They just got Ed there for a figurehead. Like
Mm,
period. They just got him there for a figurehead. Like he don't. They don't listen to him. They don't. They don't ask him for his advice. He's just there for a figurehead. They don't listen to anything he say.
interesting. So this kind of relays back to this question I wanted to bring up with you in the state of the Miami Hurricanes football program. I don't know if you saw College Game Day, Brandon. Desmond Howard, Kirk Herbstreit really went in on the state of the program. Did you, by any chance, hear their message?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Do you agree with what they said?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Now, now. With that being said, I do agree with it, but I think if you get the right head coach, he will make the AD and the president pay more attention to the program. Like it's easy not to pay attention to the program when we're losing. You see what I'm saying? Like it's easy for the president to be like, oh, it is what it is. Y'all handle that, just so you can stay away from it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So now you got to get in a position where if we get the right coach, and we get a coach that actually will drop his nuts and not be so scared of Alabama, then you'll see a big difference in it, because we'll get the recruits, and with the recruits come all the other things, all the other accolades.
110%. We got a $10 donation from Norman Fujioka. Hit the like button, Canes fam. We'll be right back, guys. It's time for a quick commercial break. Alex, thank you for your $5 donation as well, and we'll be right back, guys. Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida. Hey, that was pretty good, man. I'm not going to lie.
You did that yourself, huh?
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
No, it actually sounds real good. If I ever do a commercial, I'm going to hire you, man.
I appreciate it, Brandon. But, man, let's get back to this conversation with College Game Day. It's funny, too, because I was in line at the game at halftime buying my $13 Stella beer on draft, which is criminal. And, I saw a guy with a black Rose Bowl hat, and I stopped at him, and I asked him, like, did you go to the game? I was at the game. I was like 5 years old in 2001. And it kind of brought back memories, of where our program was. And I kind of got a little depressed. I'm like, man, look how far we've fallen. We're playing Central Connecticut State, and honestly, we're in dogfights with Virginia, UNC, Georgia Tech, all these mediocre teams in the ACC. Where do you think it slowly kind of went downhill, Brandon? Because I understand, like, right now we're in the present day of all this mess, but it's been going on for a while before Manny Diaz.
Okay, let me tell you where we start going downhill at. When Shalala was there, we was getting, all the gangster recruits. We was getting all the 5 stars, the 3 stars that, a punch in the mouth. We was getting everybody we was getting, kind of had a rap sheet. like I'm not saying they had a rap sheet, but I'm saying that them the kind of guys we was getting, right? And Shalala didn't like the image of the team. So she put into it where you actually had to have a 3.2 GPA or better to get in, even for the athletic program.
Right.
So now we couldn't get the elite guys who wasn't playing, who badly was making it, because them be the best athletes. The guys who don't go to school and badly making it, them be the guys who you got to figure out a way to get in school. Them to be the best athletes.
Right.
So we weren't getting them guys no more because Shalala wanted to change the image of the school. So now we was getting guys that had the image who was good athletes, but they didn't have that dog fight in them. And I think the class after me might have been the last class where they actually had like dog fights, like dogs who came in the locker room, and when they see when you come in the locker room, right, and somebody say, "Yo, we finna cut your hair," like if you ain't got nobody in there saying, "Nah, man, you ain't cutting my hair. I don't care what y'all say, we could get it." Like you ain't got no dogs in that. Now everybody who after that was like, "Oh, sure, I'm gonna get my hair cut," and that's what we was getting. Like I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like somewhere you gotta have dogs. Like you gotta have some people who want to fight with you. Somebody if you put in a corner, they gonna swing their way out. You gotta have that. and we wasn't having that. We let that part go. Now I can't say this. They starting to get them dogs back. They just gotta put them dogs in the right situations.
Do you think it's the scheme that we spoke about last week?
I think that's part of it.
Okay. Well,
I
I
think
know we talked about coaching.
I think that's part of it. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Who was our best player on the team last year? Offense.
On offense, either it was De'Aaron King or Mike Harley.
All right. Who was our best player on defense?
Defensively, it was probably Jalen Phillips.
See, I disagree.
Who do you think it was? The punter?
No, I think it was Roach.
You think Roche was the best player?
Absolutely. Like
How come?
because he did all the grind work. He did all the dirty work. Like
Mm,
he was like the reason Jalen was the person he was is because on the other side he was taking all the attention. Like Jalen ain't doing shit for his first 2 years.
right.
You know what I mean? And then he come in 1 year he have a bunch of sacks because nobody was paying attention to him. You see what I'm
Interesting.
saying?
Yeah.
But I do admit that Phillips was a dog. He was if I had to pick one player to take off that team, I would pick Jalen. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 100% with you on that. 100% with you on that.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is all our best players was transferred in. Arguably. I'm gonna say arguably our best players. Arguably our best players were transferred in. We haven't developed. What good player have we developed lately?
After Rousseau, I can't think of anyone
My point.
that doesn't come from the portal.
My point. Everybody we actually that's playing good right now. Like right now. Like who is our best receiver? Rambo?
Possession wise, Rambo, I would say. He comes from
So
the portal.
exactly. So
Yeah.
like who are we developing?
No one. We're really not.
Like we haven't developed nobody.
Right?
Like we get all these young gangsters. We get a bunch of young gangsters. I'd be like, oh my God. Like Leonard. Like
Correct.
Leonard. Like Leonard. Like he's a young stud. He was a 5-star in high school.
Absolutely.
Like how do you not turn him into like, you know what I mean? He should be like the man got everything. He big, strong, fast. You know what I mean? He got everything. He should be a top dog. Like who we got developing him?
So, that's a good point. Why not get Leonard Taylor more snaps? Chance Williams, he was a 4-star recruit. Zach McLeod is starting over him. Zach McLeod's been here for roughly 5 to 6 years at least. He's a veteran player. And Chance Williams is making plays every single week. Now, he didn't play last week. He had 5 total tackles, already has 2 sacks. He has a forced fumble. Where Zach
Man,
McLeod,
this
he's
is
getting the
this
heavy majority of snaps.
this is what I say. If Coach Shannon, now I hate to do this, but if Coach Shannon had that same defense, they'll look better. They if Coach Shannon had that same defense, they'll be a top 5 defense. I guarantee it.
Really? Top 5
I'll guarantee it.
with the same person, same D line.
The same D line.
Okay.
There'll be a top. And we'll have 2 guys going into the first round.
Ooh. Who do you think is an NFL player that's on our defense right now? Potentially. Could be even an underclassman.
I think Bolden is.
Bolden? Okay.
I actually think if Bolden would have left last year, he would have got drafted higher than he might get drafted this year.
Great.
I think Bolden is. I think 23 Couch. I think Zero look good. 11. I like 11.
You like Flag?
Yeah, I like 11. just because he run around and run into everything. Like anybody who could do that, I could work with. Um, Williams, I do. I like Williams. I do. Um, what's the other buddy number? I think it's no, it ain't. It's you know who else? Blaze. I like Blaze. I just don't think Blaze is an outside corner.
You just like him on the inside at the
Yeah,
nickel.
I prefer him at safety.
Really? Okay.
Like I would put first off, we need a two safety system. We need to go back. You know what I mean? We need to go back. I want to see Blaze at safety along with Zero.
Yeah,
I want
that
to
would
see
be nice.
Zero. I want to see Zero at strong, Blaze at free. I want to see Couch and Two at the corner. Like Two, I actually like Two too, but I think he'll be a better safety than he'll corner too.
No, I agree. No, I like Couch and Stevenson on the outside. And then, so here's my thing. I feel like in the past, we've been playing a lot of undersized corners on the outside. For example, Trajan Bandy, number 2. This was in 2017. He's around like 5'10". Does that matter, you think, size on the outside? Because they like to utilize DJ Ivy because of his length on the outside. That's why they took him into the program they offered him, because physically his measurements match up well for a cornerback at the next level. Do you believe size matters at the college football ranks?
DJ Ivan number 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think size matter.
Okay.
I think size matter a lot when you use your size for and use it physically. DJ Ivy won't touch a soul. This man won't hit nothing. Like nothing. Like I'm telling you, if I was a program, and I'm putting this on everything, if I was a program playing against us, I literally would find number 8, wherever he at, and run a one-step hitch to him and make him tackle. Or I run the running play right at him and crack on the safety and make him be the number 1 tackler every time. You'll have to take him out. You got to take him out. Because
Yeah.
listen, I don't want to talk bad about nobody.
Right, of course.
But this man right here, bro, you got to be able to play this game and to be good. You got to make tackles. You ain't got to be a hitter. You ain't got to be a killer. But you got to get them on the ground. Like
100%.
like every long run we had was on his side of the field.
Interesting. Okay.
Like and they still put him in. I don't understand why. I'm trying to figure out why. You help me out. Help me understand why.
Let's go back to a commercial break and we'll figure out why we're sticking to seniority over talent in the underclassmen recruits coming in. We'll be right back, guys. World Sports Alumni, uniting all professional athletes globally. Whether you are a former or current professional athlete, a rising athlete, or a business, everyone has a reason to be a part of the World Sports Alumni. The WSA is the only professional athlete association in the world interconnecting all athletes from all sports together under one umbrella. Once again, that's WSA, World Sports Alumni. Go out, reach out to them at worldsportsalumni.com, uniting all professional athletes globally. All right, and we're back, man. I know Charlie liked that one.
Hey man, I can't lie. You sound real professional doing that, man. You might need to change jobs, man.
I don't know, man. I'm grateful. I'm doing well in my day job, but that's a big question, Brandon. Manny Diaz has always favored seniority. Scott Patchin was starting the first 4 games. Gregory Rousseau was not starting. Amari Carter starting over Gilbert Frierson at the striker position. So, Brandon, I'm going to ask you, when you were playing at Miami, did you guys favor seniority, the coaching staff, or it was the best player could come in and win that position? It didn't matter if they were a freshman, sophomore, junior, redshirt senior, redshirt freshman, whoever was the best player was going to earn their right. How was that when you played at Miami with your coaching staff?
It was the best player. It was the best player. Now, it wasn't always the most talented player. It was the best player for the position. Like Like I'm gonna get like for instance, when Kenny Phillips came in, Kenny Phillips started as a freshman.
Yeah.
You know, he started as a freshman because he was the best player. He had it mentally and physically, and he had me to help him whenever something came out. He had me to help him. Like my thing is just play the best player. Like if you could get somebody you could get somebody in there that could run the defense, run the offense, don't make mistakes, and he a better athlete. Like yo, sorry, bro, but you got to move over this young game. This is what I was told, right? I was always told this. Every year they bring somebody in to replace you.
Yep.
Every year. So if you ain't working to get better, then you deserve to be replaced. Period. So, and that's in NFL and college.
Right.
Like you get better or you get out. Like it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
Interesting. Huh. So, but now we're not doing that. You're not seeing that now with this coaching staff. They're either playing favoritism to transfer portal guys or to veteran players that they just like. The McLeods, the Amari Carters, Gervin Hall's been sticking around for a while. I think after that Sports Center clip, they benched him. He got suspended for something, or maybe he just sat out a game.
That's why we not getting the gangster recruits from Miami.
Ooh. Where are they going? Alabama?
They
Clemson?
going to Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. Like we not getting the gangsters. Because the reason you're not getting the reason we're not getting the gangsters is because it's so many people saying, man, bro, don't come here, bro. They don't want to like for instance, if my brother goes somewhere, right?
Right.
If my brother goes somewhere and I'm right behind him and they ain't playing him and I'm watching the game and I'm like, yo, my brother way better than that. Why they ain't like you think my brother finna tell me, hey, bro, come here? Like the reason Miami was good in the early 2000s is because everybody there was telling people, hey, man, you need to come here. Like I'm telling you, man, you want to win, you want to play, you want to go first round, come here.
Right.
Like and that was universal. Like when I was coming out, right? When I was coming out, like I took a visit to Florida, right? And one of the players that was playing for Florida looked me in the face and said, hey, bro, listen, bro, don't come here, bro. Like, bro, these people ain't got it right yet, bro. I don't want to see you come here and you get, you know, waste your talent here, bro. Just don't come here. Like, that's what I feel like. Like that's what kids do. Like kids do that. So if you sitting here playing somebody who they know they better than, like, why would I tell? And when when recruits come in, they go out with the players.
Right.
So why would I tell somebody like, yo, man, come here, bro, you gonna ball out? Like, come here, bro, come play with me. Like, if I ain't finna tell you to come play with me when you get there and I know they ain't gonna play you because you're a freshman. Like, why?
John Kennedy, $5 donation for the Brandon Meriweather Show. Greatly appreciate your donation, your contributions. Brandon is bringing the heat, man. Everyone is loving his passion. Miami Hurricane, NFL veteran, two-time Pro Bowler, Tom Brady's favorite safety. I heard your story with Randy Moss, by the way, man. That was pretty funny. With you covering, you had Randy Moss, Wes Welker, and then you had someone else. And that was was that your
Dante
first year?
Stallworth. Yeah, Dante Stallworth. All of them was out there, man. They was all of them.
So, speaking of all those great players, how about at Miami? Did you ever have that kind of flashback moment where maybe you had, all these studs on the field at the same time?
Yeah, but I didn't know because I wasn't a college football fan.
Okay.
Like I didn't know Miami was good. Like I didn't. Like I found out Miami was good right before I was signed and I seen them win the Natty. Like they won the Natty and I was like, oh, this Ed Reed, this guy right here is supposed to be good. I'm like, oh, okay, this man finna go first round. So I watched the draft and all that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Miami. Like that's what I'm going to Miami. Like I didn't know who Andre Johnson was. I didn't know who Roscoe
Yeah.
Parrish was. I didn't know who any of them guys was. So when I came, I was just like, all right, well, you put on your pants the way I put on mine. Line it up.
Yeah. Was it
And
a
plus, I
big?
thought,
Go ahead, Brandon.
and plus, I thought everybody was trash because all the people who came back to my high school to work out and do 7-on-7 with us from college, they were trash. They was dog doodle.
Right.
So I was like, man, if this what college like, man, I'm finna kill this. Like, I'm like, yo, if this what college like, if y'all are killing in college, I'm finna kill this, yo. So that when I went there, I was just like, all right.
So was that a pretty easy transition from you, just being inserted as a freshman, day
Uh,
one?
no, no, it wasn't. What was hard was the playbook at first because I came from. Well, it wasn't the playbook itself; it was the terminology
Okay.
and having to talk about everything every play. That's what was hard for me. Like I in high school, I used to talk to everybody and talk every play, but it wasn't necessarily about football. It was
Right.
it might have been like, hey man, his mama doing that, la 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 la, something like that. But it was never about football. And we only ran, three defenses. We ran cover 3, 4, and man. Like we didn't do much. So and it was always like, yo, you got these three. Here go the signs. 1, 2, 3. All right, nothing else. So when I went to college, it was more like now we got zone pressures. I ain't know what that was. I'm like, yo, what is a zone pressure? What is this? Like, yo, why y'all run y'all cover 3 like this and not like this? Like it was like then, you had the remixes, you had the thunder blitzes, and you had all the sky blitzes, and you had all the rain blitzes, and you got all the dog blitzes, all the cat blitzes. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it was a bunch. So I didn't like I was just trying to learn everybody position all at once instead of learning my position and then going from there.
Gotcha. Because that's something I hear a lot now. Kind of before is players. Well, we can't play them. They don't know the playbook.
That
Is,
because they don't know. That because they don't sit down and teach them how to learn the playbook. Like
okay.
it was nobody there who sat me down and said, all right, Brandon, look, stop trying to learn what the corners and the safeties and the linebackers do. Like just know what the safety do. Just learn this one safety and then you grow from there. Like when you learn, like, that's something I like all my young bucks when they came in the league, all of them. I told all of them the same. I said, listen, the only way this playbook is hard is if you try to do too much, and that's what I was doing. Like because I wanted to know why why the D line was you know sliding and stunning. I'm coming from the outside. Why? Why am I doing that? You know what I mean? And that's why it was hard for me because I was trying to figure out why things were happening instead of just running the defense that coach was calling. So
What would
when
Randy Shannon do if you messed up?
just talk trash.
Really? He was a trash talker?
Yeah, he'll take you out. Like he's a slickster though. He's a slickster though. He like one of them guys who like play mind games with you. Like you might do some good and he'll take you out and sit you on the sideline and say, watch these next 2 plays.
Really?
You know what I mean? Without telling you why, nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's just that type of guy. He like Coach Shannon, the one who like he'll buy breakfast every Wednesday morning, and he expect you to be in his office at 6 a.m. when you ain't got practice till 8 a.m. or workout till 8 a.m. He expect you to be at 6 or 5 a.m. whatever time, 2 hours before you go to workout. He expect you to be in his office and knowing exactly what's going on. Like to eat breakfast and talk to him. Like he wanted guys to be his friend.
Do you think that's, do you think that's a good thing to be friends with the coach? I mean, those bonding experiences? Because, we saw Crystal Ball really get into a player, and a lot of people were kind of up in arms about it. They didn't like it, thought it was a little bit too much. Do you
Yeah,
think,
I seen that. I seen that. But did you see the player reaction?
Yeah, absolutely. He looked him in the eyes, said yes, sir, and he actually followed him after. I don't know if people picked up on it. Like he wanted to
That's
get back in the game.
that's respect. That's respect. That's what you want in a coach. Like if I do something wrong, you got that right. But at the same time, see, I was a little different. Like if I do something wrong, you got that. But if you do something wrong, then you got to own that too. You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be a one way street where I do something wrong and you rip me, but you do something wrong and I can't rip you now. Now we ain't finna do that. But Cristobal did exactly what you supposed to do. And that young soldier, now watch, mark my words, that young boy gonna end up being a top 3 round pick. I guarantee it.
All right, he is a freshman playing early,
Watch,
so all right.
watch.
Remember the name. So speaking of Mario, was he ever on the coaching staff when you were there?
Yeah, yeah, that's my guy.
You like Mario, huh?
I love Mario, man. He's a fiery. Like Mario got the like Mario got a Miami mentality.
Oh,
Like
he's from Miami.
you'll never see Oregon get pushed around.
Right.
You'll never see it. Oregon would never get pushed around.
Why do you think he, I know he's interviewed for the job. He was at FIU, went to Columbus, went to UM. Why do you think Miami never wanted to name him head coach or offer him the job when he interviewed?
I think Miami always have their mind already set on a coach.
Interesting. Okay.
So think about it, right?
Yep.
When Butch left,
Right.
Larry Coker got the job.
Correct.
Larry Coker was on the staff. When Larry Coker left, who got the job?
Randy Shannon.
Randy. And Randy was on the staff. When Randy got fired, they brought in Al Golden within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And when Al Golden left, Mark Richt was already there. When Mark Richt left, the Golden boy was on the staff.
Another Golden.
So there you go. So you see what I'm saying? Like it's not like Miami actually looks for a coach. They actually let people come interview, but they already have their mind made up on who they're gonna hire.
I was always curious because I know Shiano was going to Rutgers. I know that you came after Shiano, I'm pretty sure. But if they hired Shiano instead of Coker, I think that would have been a good mix. Or maybe after Coker. I think Shiano would have done a really good job.
I agree. I agree. I think Shiano would have did a really good job too. But I just think, see, I don't think Shiano would have allowed the changes, with the grade point average and all that. Like
Right.
that's the problem. See, Coker was like, you know what, man, I don't want no problems. Whatever y'all want to do, let's do it, and we'll figure it out. Like, and I don't think Shiano would have went for it. Like Shiano was fiery. Like he was fiery. So if he would have had a little talent at Rutgers, I think he would have made something happen there too.
It's funny, Brandon, you're mentioning all the changes with Donna Shalala. The grade point average, stressing more academics, picking out Golden. We never talked about leaving the Orange Bowl, which is something she was pushing for. How special was that place when you were playing there, Brandon?
Man, that might have been the dumbest decision I ever heard in my life. Like, I'm being serious. That's the dumbest decision I ever heard in my life. I honestly, when they first was saying it, I was kept saying, man, oh, get out of here. Ain't nobody. You would never lead a OB. You would never lead a OB. Listen, this place, like, I don't know why, but like, I can't even put it in words, man. I can't even put it in words how special the OB was. Like, you know how hard it is to come in the OB? Like, people get scared coming into the OB.
Yeah.
Like, everybody. Like, I had teammates who I played against, like, man, I ain't gonna even lie, boy. When we see y'all come out, but we in the OB, we seen y'all come out, man, we was like, boy, we in for a loan. Like, cause that OB be rocking. The stands raggedy, so you hear the stands when you coming out of the tunnel. Like when they standing up under the tunnel, they think it's gonna fall on them. Like, listen, listen, the OB was special, man. They need to do whatever they can to bring. That's what Miami need. Stadium. We need to do some winning, man, so we can get a stadium.
You know what? I think the city of Miami, the soccer team they got in Broward County, they want to build one which is in the golf course Mel Reese. The Marlins have their lease up to like 2030, I think, 2036. So I think we're stuck at Hard Rock for a little while, unfortunately, and drinking $13 Heinekens, which I got to pay for every Saturday. But I would love that, having a stadium, but it's a stretch, and those are great memories playing at the Orange Bowl, man. I feel like when it
So,
came to the fourth quarter, that's why you guys won a lot of football games, man. Was
so
just
who making money off of the Marlin Stadium? Because it's never sold out.
right.
The most people that been in the Marlin Stadium was 20. I think it was 20,000 or something like that. 19,000.
Maybe
The OB had 40,000 at a practice.
at a practice.
Like, I'm serious. When we did our spring game, it was 40,000 people there.
Look at us now. We got to drive 45 minutes if you're in Miami just to get a Hard Rock Stadium.
They said 25 years of contract to Hard Rock.
Yep,
It got
25-year contract.
It got to be a way we could get out of that. It got to be. If we could build out, listen, we got to build our own stadium, man. We one of the only big schools who ain't got their own stadium. FIU got a stadium.
They do. They do. We could probably play there, honestly.
Nah, the stadium ain't big enough. They only hold my high school would have sold out that stadium.
Really? Okay.
Like, seriously, my high school, my senior year would have sold out that stadium every game.
Before we get to our last segment, let's go back to a commercial break, guys, and then we'll quickly do a preview of the matchup versus UVA. Brandon, I think this is going to determine Manny Diaz's career at the University of Miami. We'll be right back, guys. Would you like to interview Brandon Meriweather, have him as a special guest or a keynote speaker? Please contact World Sports Alumni at 702-941-4812. That's 702-941-4812. Or you can email them at worldsportsalumni@gmail.com for any bookings in regards to Brandon Meriweather. All right, guys, we're back. We have 108 people live with us right now, 44 minutes in. We greatly appreciate your support, guys. People are loving Brandon's take on the program, the passion he brings. It's kind of that old school mentality that we're just looking for our football team to have. And speaking of our football team, we got the Virginia Cavaliers tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m., Hard Rock Stadium on ESPN. I'm going to be at the game. It went from a 4-point spread, Brandon, to a 6-point spread. What do you think about this game? I honestly think it can go 50-50. We got a freshman quarterback starting, and I don't really know what to expect.
I expect us to win. I expect us to win by 17. This is why. For one, I don't think our coordinator gonna shell up. I think he gonna actually let it go. He gonna let it rip. He gonna throw it. He gonna do his thing. I absolutely think that. Now, their defense, Virginia defense, has been trash for years. So I think we'll score at will almost.
Really?
Now,
Okay.
And Manny Diaz defense is made for third and long. So if they're gonna be throwing the ball, remember I told you last week, our defense always end up with a good pass rusher. This will be it. Mark my word.
Okay.
This will be it. This the game where you'll actually start to see people come out. People actually making plays.
We got a $5 donation from Alex Perez. If we get down big or lose, catch me with a Fire Manny sign behind the Virginia bench. Hashtag Fire Manny.
Hey,
Thank you for
listen.
the donation.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. This is what I want. This is what I want. If we lose one more game, I don't care who it is. I wanna get somebody to get the helicopter and to fly over the stadium during the next game and put Fire Manny. I want somebody to fly it over the stadium. If we could get that done, listen, if we could get that done, let me know because I'm gonna go to that game. Listen, I'm gonna go to that game. If we could get that done, I'm gonna go. I will be there. And we could take pictures and then smile together. I hope you have a tailgate because I'm coming.
You got John Kennedy says he'll support. He'll do a GoFundMe page. Antoine Jackson saying fly the banner, damn it. Richard
Yeah.
Hill says get the banner ready. Man, the pressure is on in Coral Gables. Brandon, what's your keys to the game for Manny Diaz to keep his salary, his income before he gets fired?
One, he got to let the ball go. They got to throw it. They got to throw the ball downfield. They got to get them young bucks in there because it looked like we got some young receivers who fast and hungry, and they want it. We need to get them in. We need to get them the ball. We got to hit the quarterback. They got to hit the quarterback, make him uncomfortable. They got to. They got to play more cover 3, more zone 3 than they do with that 2 deep zone and reading the quarterback. They can't do that. And the last thing, but not least, we got to make tackles. Like if we ain't tackling, I don't care what we doing. Like we got to make tackles. Get them on the ground. I don't care how you like it. Get them on the ground.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, man. Their quarterback, he's dual threat. He likes to run. He's scrappy. They have a scrappy offense. They also use another quarterback and line him up at wide receiver as well. They utilize him as a running back too. Kind of use him as a 2 quarterback decoy. So that's interesting. But I 110% agree, man. You got to lock up, wrap up, finish your tackles. You can't miss tackles. Finish drives, create turnovers, and score points off of those turnovers.
I think first off, they need to be prepared.
Yeah, that too.
Because that what I seen against Alabama and against Appalachian State, that wasn't it, yo. We weren't prepared at all. Like, bruh, what is that? Who else we lost against? Alabama, and we lost to who else? Michigan State. Yeah, man, we got to come on, baby. You got to be prepared, baby. Somebody send this to Manny so he could see it, man. Huh?
Hey, you never know. Maybe his little assistants are watching right now.
What was the last question?
Oh,
it said one drill that we could do that I ran while that was useful at Miami. Tackling drill, sideline tackling drill. Actually, we did a lot of small drills. My favorite drill is an EDD drill. It's called everyday drills. It's where you like shuffle, you speed, turn, you run, you back pedal, you brake. You like do all that at once. That was my favorite drill. But at the end of the drill, you always fit it up the person in front of you. So you fit them up, you push your hips through, and you work on tackling that way so you don't hurt nobody. That was my favorite drill.
Norman with the $5 donation, greatly appreciated. Does Mark Pope have the hips to play cornerback? I mean,
honestly, I don't. Honestly, it looked like it. It looked like he'll punt returner. So if you're a punt returner, you got the hips to do it. The question is he gonna tackle somebody? Like that's the question. Like everybody worrying about covering, but like the hardest part of playing corner is tackling.
Brandon, let's wrap up the show, man. What is your score prediction tomorrow night? Miami Hurricanes versus UVA.
You put me on the spot, huh?
You want me to go first?
I say the score gonna be 45-28.
45-28.
Yeah,
Canes.
Canes.
I'm going to say 31-28 Miami, game-winning field goal, last drive to win the game. Final drive.
Nah, I
Rookie
disagree.
kicker.
I like our kicker though. He the best player
Yeah.
on the team right now. Which he is. That's not a lie. Him or the punter, one of them two, the best player on the team. You pick.
I like the punter, man. He's consistent.
All right, man. Good job, Paul. I appreciate it.
Brandon, thank you for your time, man. Greatly appreciate it. Look forward to next week's show as well. And always all about the U, man. Go Canes, everyone. Thank
Yes,
you again.
sir.